The story of the Stone City and the slaves' uprising. 4,000 years ago, in a vast desert stood the mighty city of Ashurban, a place of unmatched power and prestige. Towering stone buildings, massive walls, and magnificent bridges filled the landscape. Yet beneath its greatness lay suffering. Dark storm clouds gathered over the city, symbolizing the cruelty and oppression hidden within its walls. Thousands of slaves were forced to haul enormous stones, many dying while building the endless monuments. Deep inside the city, the true suffering of the slaves unfolded. 3 exhausted men carried massive stone blocks along muddy roads. Iron chains bound their hands and feet, while scars and wounds covered their bodies. Their faces reflected hopelessness, knowing each day could be their last. The king's soldiers surrounded them, cracking whips at anyone who slowed down. The suffering grew worse. One slave named Thomas Walker emerged. Though carrying an enormous stone, determination not to spare filled his face. Despite his exhaustion, he inspired the others, declaring, "We were not born to die for this king. We are meant to be free." The surrounding slaves stared in amazement as hope began to spread among them. The city was ruled by the proud King Ashurban, descendant of the rulers who had built the colossal city. He sat upon a magnificent golden throne decorated with golden lions, wearing crimson and gold robes. Pride filled his heart, as he believed the slaves were worthless and that his great construction would continue until it reached the heavens. Despite the uprising, King Ashurban remained arrogant. He ordered new slaves to be captured and forced the construction to continue. The giant stone towers rose even higher as thousands of new slaves carried heavy stones under the watchful eyes of armed guards. The king believed the rebellion had failed completely. Near the city lived a righteous elder named Ilya. Every day he mourned the suffering of the slaves and believed the king would one day face divine justice. Standing on a high hill, Ilya raised his hands toward heaven, praying for God to end the oppression. Dark clouds gathered above Ashurban as a powerful storm approached. A few days after Ilya's prayer, the sky became terrifying. A massive swirling storm, known as the Vortex, formed above Ashurban. Powerful lightning struck the tallest towers, shaking the city to its foundations. Slaves and soldiers fled in panic while King Ashurban watched helplessly as his throne and kingdom crumbled before his eyes. When dawn arrived after the destruction, the once glorious city of Ashurban lay in ruins. A newly freed slave stood quietly, his broken chains lying at his feet. In the distance stood Ilya, dressed in white, calling out, "Freedom never dies." Hope returned to the hearts of the survivors as the fall of the great city became the beginning of a new life.